right, tonight, as you can see, we just had a snowstorm, finally, and we're out in the Subaru BRZ. We're going to be doing a deeper snow slush test. This is wet snow. It's about 5 inches deep, and not an area where the BRZ is very strong in, but let's see how it does. We have the ground clearance, and we have a set of Falken Winterpeak F-Ice 1s. First time driving them in the snow. 205 60 R16s. There's a 1.5 inch lift on this BRZ. So that does help some with the snow performance, just from a ground clearance perspective. We are a little bit higher than most vehicles on the road, at least smaller sedans. This is about 7 inches of ground clearance, so should be about the same as a small crossover. Of course, rear wheel drive, limited slip differential. On initial impressions, it's doing pretty well. This is pretty nasty stuff. Again, it's very wet. It's kind of warm out right now. It's 37 degrees Fahrenheit. It's mostly just kind of following the ruts. I feel like this maybe doesn't have as good snow performance as some other winter tires, but it makes up for it in dry and wet weather performance the rest of the year. We do have some recovery gear if we do get stuck tonight. Got a set of Go Treads in the trunk. They saved us when we were off-roading in the Subaru Crosstrek a couple weeks ago, and we'll see if we need them tonight. Knock on wood, I've actually never been stuck in a BRZ. If I seem to have issues, I always throw a set of, or maybe a couple of sandbags in the back. Let's start off from a start here. Let's see how this does. It's definitely drivable through deep snow. It's not necessarily pleasant, but it claws its way through. We have everything turned off. We turn traction control on. That might help just a little bit. I will say the traction control system in this new 2nd gen BRZ is quite good at finding grip. You just kind of leave your foot down and it figures it out. You can also go into track mode. That will give you a little bit more wheel slip, but stability control will rein you in slightly. Yeah, so like right there, it's kind of keeping me from getting any more slip angle using the brakes. Track mode's actually a pretty nice in-between mode. It does limit some wheel spin. If you kind of know what you're doing, track mode's actually a pretty decent setting for snow driving. That's full throttle right now, and it's just kind of limiting my max output. All right, what about braking performance? Not bad, not bad. Inch away slowly. It's pretty nice, even with this taller center section of snow. This thing isn't bottoming out. All right, let's go on the highway. See how we do. We'll go one exit. Plows are already out. It is messy out tonight. Not the greatest conditions. Tomorrow, a lot of this will probably already be gone. Get to the outside where there's some more traction. Out here. Highways are pretty much taken care of at this point. They're just wet. Got a couple cars over here in the ditch. Too warm for ice to form. Consistent surface here. We're gonna have to move over here at some point. Go back in here, see what we can do. This is pretty deep through here. You can see some cars bottoming out, really struggling to get through this. This is pretty much untouched snow. The car is going to kind of follow the ruts as it goes through here. Feeling pretty good, actually. For $88, this is a pretty solid winter tire. I think ultimately it's not going to have the ice and snow traction of some of its other competitors, but it's not as expensive as some of its other competitors. And honestly, the road manners in the dry and the wet are superior to a lot of the other options I've tried out. So you've got some pros and cons here. Just kind of sneaking our way through. This is pretty deep. This is about 5 or 6 inches here. What do we got up this way? I wonder if we can turn around. Squeeze around. Keep that wheel spin up. Keep keep our momentum up. Follow these a little bit. Could also air down a little bit. I am at placard tire pressure, so about 35 psi. That would help some. I do have pretty good steering control through here. I wouldn't necessarily want to daily drive a BRZ if I were seeing deep snow conditions on a regular basis, because it is a bit of a stressful thing to do, but it is doable. Keep our momentum, take a right, yes we can. All right, awesome. Get back onto the main road here. And we have grip. I will say the lift on this car definitely helps a lot. It makes a big difference out here. Whoa. A lot of snow falling from trees. That was the roof. Alright, now we're moving. Now we're grooving. I think in colder temperatures, on harder packed, fluffier snow, these tires are going to do pretty well. Through here. Got some unplowed sections that seem to be a little bit heavier packed. Sections. there. As long as some other vehicles have driven down the area you want to go, it's actually pretty smooth sailing. And as long as you have enough ground clearance. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's going to be a wrap. Shout out to Falken Tires for letting me test these Winterpeak F-Ice 1s. And Braid wheels for making a strong wheel to hold up to all of Michigan's potholes. I did just add this TRD style rear spoiler. Still seems to be on there. That's good. Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. Paint matched. Throw a link in the description. It's about 250 bucks, which is a pretty awesome deal, and it just makes this car look a little bit more aggressive, which is always a good thing. Are very strange driving conditions right now.